Alright, so this week will be the release of the second special ninjutsu DLC for Naruto Boruto Shinobi Striker. Fortunately for us, we already know what that ninjutsu will be, and what type of will be for. Even more than that, I've had the opportunity to use this technique and test out exactly what it can do, thanks to my good friends over at Shinobi Shop, link in the description. So today in this video, I'll cover everything you need to know before buying the new special ninjutsu DLC in Shinobi Striker. To kick things off, the next ninjutsu will be from the second Hokage himself, Tobirama Senju, as we gain access to his iconic Flying Raijin Slice. As you can see on screen, the ninjutsu will be for range type with a power of 2 and a range of 3. The description reads, a surprise attack that strikes from an enemy's blind spot with Flying Raijin Jutsu. The user throws a kunai and after moving, performs a lunging slash. Deals additional damage to enemies that aren't targeting the user. This effect is a Shinobi Striker first, bringing a true assassination technique into the game. But I wanted to test the limits of what exactly this ability can do. So with the help of Kitty and Jerry, we went into the lab to find out. First, we tested the move's damage without special effects and no power and spades equipped. Our findings was that hitting this move while being targeted will cause a blue effect and deal around a puny 10% of damage. Additionally, being targeted meant that both red and white lock-ons count. So to get the special effect, you must complete the attack while the enemy's target is not on you, regardless of the target color. This also means that if you were using an invisibility technique and activated the ninjutsu while invisible but in the enemy's line of sight, once the target comes back, you won't be able to get the special effect. The entire attack must be completed without being locked on. Next, we tested the damage while getting the special effect and some variations to boost its damage. The first thing to note with this ninjutsu is when you get the special power boost is that your attack becomes red and large slashing effects appear around the hit. You'll get around 25%, which is a little above average for a 2-1 damage technique, so nothing special. But mind you, this is with no power and spades. Lastly, for our tests using the technique without power and spades, I tried boosting the special effects with Chikishoto, and as you can see, the damage doubled as I hit around 60% of the heal type's health using Robust Fighter. So with the base test out of the way, it's time to move on to power and spades and see just how far we can push the limits of this technique. The first thing we notice is that with power and spades, the attack without the special effect didn't change much for damage, as it appeared to still be around 10%. However, the bigger the damage, the more powerful power and spades made the technique. While using Chikishoto, power and spades boosted the attack to about 5%, as I hit Kitty for about 65% of the health this time. Next, we tested a real game scenario where I used my charge attack to bait out Kitty's substitution, and once Kitty was out of substitutions, I used this one-shot setup, utilizing these things. Defense down from Glimmering Flame with boosted restriction damage from the Rose Earrings, power and spades, boosted by Chikishoto, and the effect of the Flying Raijin Slice. As you can see from the clip, while this setup requires some finesse, it is possible to one-shot with it. After the Glimmering Flame test, it was time to move on to the Raging God Medicine. As usual, we tried it without the special ninjutsu buff, and it was as expected to be around 10% mark, further solidifying that not using this move without it being in the enemy's blind spot. Next, the attack reached around 50% with the Raging God Medicine and the special effects of the ninjutsu. Before getting into the big damage, here's a showcase of some of the damage that can be done while using the Red Pill and Chikishoto, but no Flying Raijin Slice buff, and it gets around 25% damage, which is honestly pathetic. However, when everything with this setup aligns, you're able to get a clean 90% on the heal type using boosted max health. One thing you may have realized while testing out the latest balance patch is that the buffs to the ink obstruction debuff on your screen is supposed to disable lock-on. However, it currently only works for the Ink God Secret technique. The ink birds will remove hard lock, however, the lock-on system in general will still be active. Naturally, with these buffs stated in these moves, they would be perfect to pair with the Flying Raijin Slice. So we tested it out with the Ink God Secret technique and was pleasantly surprised to discover that it is an automatic one-shot to heal types and range types. The ink blot, however, is the only screen obstruction that will remove the lock-on mechanic. To be thorough, we tested out the Flash Grenade, Insect Jamming, Hidden Mist Jutsu, and Kodo Matsukami. As expected, the target system is still active even if you cannot see it. Lastly, the biggest weakness to this attack is a common weakness for range types, guarding. This move does very little damage to the enemy's guard for both regular and buffed versions of this attack. So if you suspect to get assassinated by this move, simply blocking will save your life. And with that, my overall thoughts on this ninjutsu are positive. It could use a buff on hitting this move as it does very short hit stun, but I don't know for sure what it needs exactly with more timing. If you found this first review helpful, make sure to leave a like and comment down below what other Kage moves you'd like to see for the rest of the special ninjutsu DLC. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.